Alright guys, today we'll be unboxing the FR310 Intuition. Well yeah, today we'll be unboxing my newest skates, which are the FR1 310 Intuition. I have owned several FRs before. You guys know this. I had the FR Spin right before this, which I'm actually going to be retiring. And before that I had the FR2. And it's the same boot, it's the same shell for this skate with upgraded parts, and what makes this particularly special is that this one comes with an Intuition liner. Alright, let's unbox this thing. Good lord, it doesn't even fit in the shot. Let's see if I can get it. Oh, we're gonna hit the camera. Alright, we're good. What do we have? Skates in plastic bags. Pretty common. I'm not a fan of the plastic bags. Let's get them out of these bags. So we got the skates. We'll get back to them later. And they are stuffed with cardboard for some reason. I guess for shape. I've never seen that one before. And also inside, they also have paper. Again, not sure why. Maybe when the liners come they have this in it because the liners need it maybe, but I don't see why the skate would. So we have the skate, and we're gonna just put it to the side for now because we're still doing the unboxing. We have another skate. It's gonna be a repeat of the other skate, same plastic, same cardboard, so not gonna waste time. Next we have the instructions, which I never read. But I guess if you're new to skating and you want to learn a little extra about your skates, like maintenance and stuff, you got rotation, how to adjust straps, stuff that if you're new to skating will probably be useful. Then we have these, which I like the most. The FRs tend to bring. They're your wheel covers. They're nice, especially if you're traveling. Like when I put my bags in the suitcase, if I have to, I'll usually put this around the wheels so it's not touching all my clothing. So these are pretty cool. The second pair that I have. Up next, we have two Allen keys, or two hex keys. Let's see. It's always annoying when you need two keys. I'm not a fan of it because, well, I don't have that problem because I have the Sonic multi-tool, but otherwise you have to carry these two big things. This is the Sonic tool with the two, I'm bad at finding the camera, the Sonic tool with the two 4mm on it, but I also have the one that has a 3/16, the longer axle on one side, which these skates will require. So this skate bought a 3/16 tool, which is for mounting the frame onto the skate, so that's what this is for. And this tool here is your standard 4mm, and this one's going to be used for threading the axles onto the frame. It's kind of annoying that you need these two tools, and in theory you'd have to walk around with them, but like I said, if you can, pick up a Sonic Pro tool, and it comes in like several standards. It comes with the Torx for your power slide. There's a version with the 3/16 for like Seba. And then this is the regular version, which has two 4mm on it, and also a Phillips, a bearing pusher, a puller, etc. I've already talked about this. Alright, we're back to our skates. Alright. Let's get these center. Actually, this is the wrong side. Boom, here we go. We have the FR1 Intuition 310. So these skates come with a obviously it's in the name, 3x110 wheel setup with 230mm frame. So it's your urban big wheel setup, short wheelbase, large wheels. I generally stay with four wheels. You guys know that I'm a fan of four wheel setups, but this isn't that bad if I'm just doing some distance and I don't really care to do anything else like commuting. But I do have four wheel frames from FR that I'm probably going to be putting on these and swapping out depending what I'm going to be doing. Alright, we have the FR1 boot, which you guys should be familiar with because I've owned FR2s and they're not that different. Well, yeah, the boot can lace into the liner, which I'm a big fan of. I like doing that. I find that when you lace the liner on top and it's stuck to the boot, it really lets you play with how much you can tighten the strap on top. I feel like if the liner is connected to the boot because of the laces, you feel like more connected to the skate, even though you can leave the top buckle a lot looser and you can still have the support of the actual liner. So it lets you play around with more as far as the where you can wear it. So if you guys don't know Intuition liners, they are like really popular. They're known to be like some of the best liners out there. You originally saw like the Wizard dudes using it a lot, and they would gut skates and they would put it in, and eventually I guess FR reached out to Intuition and they made a version of their Intuition liner for FR. It is not exactly the same. It's a different liner. It's made specifically for FR, for what I can tell. The standalone Intuition liner has a removable part here. Here it's kind of like sewed on. I don't know if you guys can see it. It's sewn on, but normally this part's removable and it's velcroed on, so you can add further stiffness to the liner with a piece that velcros onto the back. But it does share the removable heel pad, which is velcroed on. So you can take this heel pad off if you want additional, I guess, cushioning for like those jumps, or if you like being pitched forward a little, you can use this heel pad, which is included and sticks on. If you like a flatter feel, I guess you can just take it off, because right now you might feel a little higher, you know, because of the heel. I don't know. I'm gonna leave it on for now. But yeah, this Intuition liners are like notorious for getting stinky. I've heard that a lot, but they're known for getting stinky fast. Luckily this one here has lots of ventilation in it, so that shouldn't be an issue. Hopefully we don't have that. Let's see what the footbed is. So there is no footbed in here. That's odd. There is no footbed in there. That's interesting. I wasn't expecting that. I thought there would be one in here. There isn't. As you can see, there's more ventilation here, so your feet don't get stinky. And in the front. So no footbed. Interesting. It has 2 lace holes. I would have liked if there would have been more lace holes. Only 2 is kind of eh. But yeah, that's it. Let's move on to the actual boot. We have the skate apart, and we're going to go from bottom to the top. We will start with these wheels and the bearings. So for the wheels, we have the FR Urban Speed wheels at 110 millimeters and 85A hardness. That's a nice hardness. It's usually what I do. I usually do from 84 to 86. Nice hardness. And it says Urban Speed wheels. I wonder what makes them urban. Is it the profile? The profile seems pretty normal. Maybe it's the compound. We'll see. Yeah. And as far as the bearings go, we have the Twin Cam MW9 Titanium Freeride. That's a long name. I don't think I can get it to focus on that. And it has an aluminum spacer in there too. I'm too lazy to take it out. Aluminum spacer. But yeah, so it's a 3x110 setup, and those are the wheels. We're gonna move on to what is next. So these frames, let's see if I can get it, are the FR 3D frames. 3x310. They're 230 millimeters long, so they're on the shorter side, like your urban frames. The wheels are very close together, so you have a shorter profile. but the big wheels make you go faster. And they seem pretty solid. They don't state anything particular about what they're made out of, so I imagine they're made out of like standard aluminum or something. Not sure. If you guys know, you leave it in the comments below. But yeah, that's the frames. And up next we have the boot. Alright, we kind of spoke about the boot already, but let's go over the things that I couldn't hit before. Now that the frames are off, we can look at the bottom. As you can see, the bottom of the skate has these beefy mounting points that I absolutely love. They're solid, they're huge, they have several places to mount them from, which is pretty crazy because like 7 mounting points, that's I only use the one in the center. You know, I never use anything besides the standard middle. But as you can see, you can really go ham as far as how your frame is lined up. Not only can you choose the hole, but then the cuts here allow you to shift it even more, so you can kind of offset it and then even shift it, which is crazy. I just go for the vanilla center hole, you know. I don't do anything like that, but I do love the quality of the mounts. They're not that like basic circle with thread in it. There's big solid pieces of metal with multiple points to mount from, so you can definitely feel sure that there's a great power transfer between you and the frame. On the inside, I don't think you guys can see in here, but it's like glued down. It's this really squishy. It almost feels like it's like a squishy footbed. So I guess the liners didn't have a footbed in them. The FR2s had this too. On the bottom of them, a lot of skates, you'll see the bottom of the skate and it'll just be like hard plastic, and then you'll see the receiver for the actual frame. But this is glued on, and it's like not super soft, but definitely squishy. And I guess it serves as a footbed, you know? I don't know if you can see it. I can press my fingers into it, and it leaves like shapes. Definitely squishy, and it's glued on. You can peel it off. I guess you'd have to like, you know, go through the glue. But we had their standard slide protector, and it's made of like plastic. I wish it was made of that hard rubber. You find a lot of the carbon skates will have like this rubber feeling slide guard, and I kind of like it better because this like almost promotes sliding. When you kind of edge too much and you touch it, it's like super like hard and smooth, so it makes you slide out even more. Versus the carbon skates, which have like a rubber slide protector almost. It's not even a slide, I don't even know, but it's rubbery, and I feel like sometimes if you edge hard, you can touch it and it won't cause you to slide out. You almost like will feel the resistance, which I like a lot better. We spoke about this 45 strap here, which is adjustable in several ways. So as you can see, it's 2 parts. So the part that's connected to the actual boot, and then the part that actually goes into the ratchet buckle. This is interesting because this is the kind of thing that gets worn out after time, because the teeth, you know, they get pressure and they're made of plastic, and they get destroyed, and then you start having the slipping happening. When you tighten them too much, they slip. It's two pieces here, as you can see. It's not one. You can't see how it's connected. I imagine it might be removable, even though it looks like it's riveted on. Oh no, this is like a soft plastic thing. I don't want to damage it. So this is soft. You can remove it. It'd be cool if you can just replace this one part, because this is usually what goes bad after a while. But yeah, I mentioned it before. You can actually position this more to make it shorter or longer. Right now it's in the longer configuration because the screw goes in here. But you can actually remove this cap and then flip the open side here, and then put the screw in there instead. Just have everything to be a little shorter, which is nice. Same goes from this side. It's on its longer configuration, but if you were to remove this, you can actually flip it and then just have the screw there instead. I guess I'll show you real quick. I don't want to stop doing this while looking at the camera. It's confusing. I'm looking at the camera and it's disorienting me. So as you can see, I took it off and I removed it. So if you want to make this shorter, there's 2 holes to mount it from, and you can use the hole that's more deep in to make the strap shorter if you want to, or the first hole to make it longer, and then you just rotate this piece. So in the longer configuration, you block the hole that you're not using, and in the shorter, you simply take it out and just rotate it so the hole doesn't stay open, and then you would mount it from this hole instead. I don't know if you can see, it's kind of dark. So that's how you would make it shorter. So we took the strap off. It's really nice. You guys can see it. Nice aluminum. It has the FR logo there. I don't know if you guys can see it with the reflection. Come on, focus. There you go. FR. Aluminum ratchet strap. Nice. Release in the middle right here. You press it down and it lets it slide out. Let's get this back on before I forget. Alright, it's back on. Alright, and then we have the cuff here. I spoke about it earlier, but this is adjustable. So far, as far as the parts or tools you would need, luckily this Sonic Pro tool covers everything. But you need 3 different tools. You need that cross the Phillips here, 4mm for the axles and the cuff, and the 3/16 right here for the bolts for the frame. 3 tools. Luckily, this one tool got everything covered. Well, as you can see, this part here comes out, and you can rotate this, and depending how you rotate it, it would offset the cuff. So that would make the line on the top makes the cuff taller, and then the line on this side would technically make the cuff move back or go forward. See, now it's going forward. And if the line faces this way, it would make your cuff move back. So that's interesting. So you can rotate it 4 different ways. And I would probably never touch any of this. I'm just gonna leave it in the standard, standard setup, which is, I guess, low cuff. And then next, we're gonna have this metal strap on the top. I forgot what it's called. Well, the top strap. Let's call it the top strap. Top strap is metal, nice. So when you fall, it's not gonna fall apart too fast. You got this nice little lip to protect the cuff, and most importantly, all these parts are held on with screws. They're not riveted on, so you can replace these parts, which I have done before. Like the skates, these parts tend to get worn out, and they're easily replaceable and available online. This focus is killing me. So yeah, so we went through the whole skate. We took it apart. I already know this is a solid skate. I have owned FR2s and FR Spins and FRX and FR2 and X share the same boot, so I know it. The only thing that's new here really is this Intuition liner, and that is significant because it changed my sizing. The sizing for this skate is different. So I usually wear a 42 and it fits me well. Very little space in front of my toes. If I stretch my toes out, I can touch it, like the front of the boot. I always get 42, but the sizing with these Intuition liners changed everything, so that's the biggest thing that I'm going to be dealing with. This is a size 40.5 to 41.5, and that's not what I usually deal with. I spoke to the people at FR and I went with the 40.5 to 41.5 because the next alternative was 42 to 43, and I don't like loose skates, and I was scared that after the break-in period they would fit me loose, so I would rather go through them possibly being tight in the beginning and then feeling perfect later on. But yeah, this is also a downsized shell. It's the shell smaller than I normally use. So I think the size I normally use is this. I don't think this is a shoe size. This is a shell size. I think I normally use an 8, but because of the Intuition liners, I was able to downsize, and now I'm actually in a smaller shell than my usual skate. So we'll see how that works out. After they break in, they should fit me well. All I'm left to do is try these out and put together my review. That won't be available for like 3 weeks minimum. I'm not a fan of making reviews of skates without actually really using them. So that'll be out in 3 weeks, and it'll actually be a Patreon exclusive. So if you guys enjoyed this video and you'd like to see more, please consider joining the Patreon today to get extra videos and further support the channel. Alright, that's all for now. If you have any questions or if I missed anything, just leave in the comment below and I'll do my best to answer them. Thanks for watching.